Well, I think that just by doing something on campus that would make it not just an academic issue, but something that people become involved in by setting up a chapter, more or less, of Invisible Children right here, getting other students involved, bringing films and people from the organization to this campus. Then I understand that you've worked in Greensboro somewhat with immigrants who were there. You're going to the continent itself. You're being able to go to South Africa, and now your interest in going to the Peace Corps to pursue this. I think it shows that not only has this made an impression on you academically and in terms of learning more about the issue, but actually doing something concrete to make the situation better.
What has impressed me over time is the way that Katie has just developed this passion and this energy for all things Africa. And I know that started in high school, but that journey and that process has been nurtured here at Elon. She has had fantastic experiences, not just as the president and founder of Invisible Children at Elon, but also as a minor in African American Studies, volunteering at the African Refugee Center in Greensboro, studying abroad in South Africa, conducting research. I think that these are all things that have enhanced her ability to recognize that, one, she is not and cannot always be Super Katie saving the world and Africa's children, that the problems are so much more complex than a lot of people from the West recognize, and that she really needs to be informed and gather as many perspectives as she can on the issues before we begin thinking about solutions. And I think that Katie is a leader appropriately. She is a leadership fellow, but she's really a leader on campus and someone that students and faculty will look to. She has developed a really good knowledge, I think, on the issues that are affecting Africa's children from sub-Saharan to Western, Central, and Eastern Africa. And I think that this is really just the beginning of the journey for her, that as she ventures into the Peace Corps and she has more experience in the field and in some of these countries that she has studied in books and talked to people about, that her perspective of the world will just continue to expand and that she will be a force for good in the world. And who knows, she may become Super Katie.
So, now I'm set to unleash my plans. I have the expertise, I'm informed from people on the ground and in the field, and I have an idea of ways to help. What's next is finding people who are also educated, aware, open, and willing to assist me. Then I must find a way to share what I've learned and bring the issue home. To truly gain followers, or at least get people to listen to what you have to say, you have to bring the issue home and answer the question of, why should I care? Then you must find ways to share the message or messages of the cause you care about. Most importantly, though, you must explore ways to continue your journey of being an advocate. It's not just a 2-year, 4-year, 4-step process. This is a continuous process that doesn't really have an end, so you must continually find ways to expand and explore to continue your journey. I chose to bring home the issue of African children refugees in our Greensboro community. The issues I've discussed going on in Africa affecting children don't just end in Africa. There are children and families not more than 30 minutes from our Elon Burlington community who are struggling and need our help. While I interviewed 4 families at the Avalon community in Greensboro, I'm only going to share one of these families in the documentary. Many of the problems of the OD family were seen in almost all of the families I interviewed, and only this family was willing to share so much information so openly, which I am extremely grateful for.